Okay, my audio is being weird. Can you guys hear me? Somebody talk, because I can't hear anyone. So if you were talking to each other.
I can hear you, Carol.
Okay, good.
I can hear you.
I was
too.
worried. I could see people's mouths moving, but I couldn't hear anybody actually talking. And I kept trying to like jigger with my thing and make it work, and I couldn't do it. And then, yeah. Hi. Hello, everybody. My lights are too pale, especially since I'm not wearing any makeup. Let's warm them up. So, how's it going? 2 days left?
Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo! Okay.
Woo-hoo.
We've got this, ladies.
Yes. Yeah, I'll let Selena do the motivational speaking because I have like nothing left.
Oh, come on.
Honestly,
Woo-hoo.
I said to the girls, like, please let me just do makeup because I have nothing left right now, right? I've been coaching all day. I'm just sort of like, there's nothing left in me to motivate you with, but you can do it.
Oh, it's just
and
a
honestly,
choice. It's a
regardless of what your
decision.
goal is, you've got this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Good.
what more to inspire us than Carol doing a look? Come on.
Well, it
Right?
worked out perfectly because I have friends coming over right after this. So now I can look pretty. And it's part of my job to, make sure my makeup's on. So, all right. I do have some foundation that I had on earlier today and some under eye corrector. I was working in the yard, so I don't know. The dogs are going to really enjoy all these things. Here's what I'm going to do, okay? Before I get going. Here is the look. Okay. Except that I want to use the new coral confetti instead of the always apricot. Now, I want to know, hang on. I wish I could share it and be able to still see all of you at the same time, but I just can never do that. So I want to know by show of hands, how many of you are intimidated by looks that include coral colored lipstick? This is not my jam. That's why I picked it. Okay. It's not my
love
jam.
orange.
You love it?
I love coral. I wore it for years.
Here's my thing. Coral is a universally flattering color. It looks good on everybody and everyone's scared of it. And you know what I really love about, pandemics ending and things like that is that we can actually see people again, because here's the deal. When I show people bright, bright colors on screen or in a catalog, they're like, no. But when you make them try it at an appointment and you're like, trust me, and they see it on themselves and they love it, then they buy it. Fair? So now you guys, unless you have 30 appointments lined up for tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe you do. But most of you are like, uh-oh. I'm out of people. I'm out of stuff. Here's the deal. Okay. First things first. Why do you think Mary Kay sells compacts and palettes? Why do we do that? Does anybody ever, you guys all use a compact and a palette, right? Can you imagine going back to the days when you used to have to be like, oh, no, not this one. Oh, wait, not that one. No, not this one. Do you remember those days? Before Mary Kay, right? And then I used to get irritated by Mary Kay's compacts because you had to put them inside the little thingy. And I would always throw out those little U-shaped plastic covers. And then if I wanted to switch my compact out, then I'd have like eyeshadows that just were floating everywhere, right? I love that these are magnetic. I love that they're easy. And here's what our customers love. And here's the reason you're not selling them is because you think they're too expensive to sell in a bundle. Nobody's going to want all of that look at the same time. Hang on. Help. The dog is playing with a tape roll. Hang on. It's just very loud. She likes to steal anything that is not a toy so that she can play with it and run. We used to sell all of these in compacts. We used to be in the catalogs that it would be the whole look and the whole price for the whole look. Do you remember those days? Now, how many of you were customers in those times? A few, I was. Here's what happened. I'd look at it, I go, oh, $180. I don't really need the lip liner though. And I would take off the one thing. And I'd still spend $160 to get a 3 eyeshadow look. I mean, or you could sell her $27 worth of eyeshadows. I mean, it's totally up to you. But we like sets. And the reason why our customers like sets is because it's easy. Here's the other thing you think, I'm sure. And I only say this because I think the same thing sometimes, right? And it gets in our heads, our thought processes. I wish I had a hair clip, my kingdom, for a hair tie. But Buffy has stolen all my hair ties. Anyway, the reason why we don't sell the palettes and filled looks is because we think our customers aren't going to want that. They're going to want more variety. My customers have full palettes of full looks. And then I sell them another one. I don't upgrade to the Palette Pro. I don't. I go, well, I mean, you could move them all together, but then you won't remember where everything goes and which ones go together. And she's like, you're right. So then I sell her the whole Mama Jama. Lots of times just with the three eyeshadows, the blush, and the 2 little applicators. And I do that on purpose because now it's really easy for her. Now I do have a Cricut. So I like to label them for her before I give them to her in her bag. I like to put the name of the look, whatever I've decided it is. Now, don't worry. You don't have to have a specific name. You can call it whatever you want. I don't know. What's this look called? I just grabbed it. Hang on. The look we're doing, it doesn't even say anything. There was a full screen picture, but it had another lipstick on it, an old one. So I took it off. But that, I mean, I could call it Spring Sunshine. I could call it Spring Leaves, whatever. Call it whatever you want. Label it for her. That way she doesn't have to do the whole, oh, not this one. Oh, not this one. And then you know what I do on the bottom? I put a little sticker and I put the lipstick that goes with it. Because she will not remember. Just a little label, those little mini address labels, not a huge one, just those teeny tiny ones. And yeah, it'll get all dirty, but who cares? She can peel it off later if she doesn't like it. Because it used to be that we'd have the palettes right with the lipstick in them, right? But now we have it like this. So it's really, really easy. The thing that I'm going to give you, the good news I'm going to give you today is that you can sell these looks tonight. You can sell them tomorrow. Okay? It does not have to be this look. I do not care. I want to challenge all of you tonight to whether you're doing it yourself. And I know Newfoundlanders and people like, you're like, it's late, girl. Like, I'm already half asleep. I'm not doing anything tonight. Fine. You know, get some Alberta customers so that you can do things at night. But I'm going to challenge you to pick a look. I don't care what the look is. There are so many. And put it in a palette with the little brushes, if you have them, and do challenges with it. Help, I am this close to my goal, and I am this many filled palettes away. Now you think, if I do it like, well, I'm just going to tell you that you can pick any 3 eyeshadows and a blush, and here's the set price, that will sell a lot. It will not. I'm very sorry. The easier, the better. The easier, the better. Women don't care. They don't want to make the decisions. They're tired. And I know you've heard me say this before. Women be tired. We have choice fatigue. We've already had to decide what's going in the laundry today and what's going in the oven. And I'm sure men decide this too, but like, let's be real. We're deciding this. And we're already deciding all the other things. We don't want to. Just make it easy for us, okay? Pick a look. There are looks, if you're new, there are looks in catalogs. There are looks online. There are looks on Pinterest. If you don't have the products, post the Pinterest picture. Give them a smoking deal. I usually give the palette at half price. So everything else is full price, and I give the palette at half price. I still call it a palette, or a compact usually, but you know, I'm sure palette is fancier. All right, so without further ado, let's get on this cute look. Now I do have more things in my compact for this one, just because I do like to use a few other colors, but you could do this. You could demo a video. You could pick one of the looks. Doesn't matter. I don't even know whose look this was. Honestly, somebody posted it. I stole it. That's about it. Okay. It's really complicated, you know, not. And here's the thing, the more complicated you make the look, the less likely you are to sell it. So it doesn't matter how fancy it looks. I mean, I want you to leave yourself away. The Instagram girls that are posting the perfect eye that's up close with that like half closed, and they've got the perfect line with their perfect eyelashes, they're not selling anything. They're selling their image and that's it. They're selling other people's products for them and getting free stuff in return. That's it. They're influencers. They're not selling their own products. And they're not, because nobody and no real person is buying that stuff. If I told you you had to pick up a number 7 brush and the 33rd eyeshadow of your 98 shadow palette, no, okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I'm just gonna take out the extra colors and this one. Sorry, I did this really quickly. I was just like running, trying to get all the things together. Now, this has this super, super bright colored blush in it. The coral. How many of you have ever tried a coral blush? This is not just for Black people, okay? I know it looks crazy on camera here, but it really isn't. It's beautiful. It's beautiful on skin. If your customer is freaked out by it, you can switch it to Juicy Peach. They're basically the same. I have a very sick dog who likes to fart. So if you're hearing him fart, I'm very sorry. It is not me. He sounds like a human and it's horrible. It is all the time. He's on like 16 different pain medications because he has cancer and he's huge. He's 150 pounds. So you can just imagine. The smell is lovely. You'd be really glad you don't have a scratch and sniff screen. Okay, so this look is Biscotti, Gold Status, and Moss on the eyes. I don't want to keep switching back and forth between the whole thing, okay? I'm going to switch to me. Hang on. I'm going to put, I don't know why it's making, here. I'm going to spotlight me. There we go. Haha. That's a big face. Okay. First thing you're going to do, and I always, if I'm doing a tutorial, talk about the different color, different eye brushes, everything else. If I want to sell the palette, do you think I'm doing that? No. In fact, you could even use the tools. I should have grabbed them, but I didn't. You could even just do it straight out of the palette with the little cheek brush, with the little eye applicators for a video. That's what I would do if I were trying to just sell the palette. I'm not trying to sell all the other stuff. I don't want to overcomplicate it. So in fact, I'm going to do this whole look with one brush. And you want to do it as fast as humanly possible. So I'm going to go all over my eyelid and up to my brow with the Biscotti and into the tear duct. Now I know all the tutorials always say, I do need a mirror of some sort. Here we go. All the tutorials always say like, oh, it only needs to go under the eyebrow and in the tear duct. But here's the thing about Biscotti or Blossom, because they're matte, they're really beautiful base colors. And they do help to intensify up the colors of the eyeshadows you're putting on. They create a really nice base for it all, the whole deal. Now, this isn't a class, right? I'm not teaching the exact perfect way to do eyeshadow, so I don't need to sell them on eye primer and everything else. The more products you try to sell, if you're trying to sell just one little set, the fewer products you will actually sell. So I would show them just like that, just how much brighter my eyes look, even just with the Biscotti. Good. Now I really like to go to the darkest color next. So I'm going to go to the Moss. And I'm going to put this one, I'm going to press it in on the outer half of my eyelid. And I always say this phrase, and those of you who've been in class with me before know the phrase I'm going to say. If I say eyelid, I mean wherever you can feel eyeball underneath. So just push that in. Don't worry if it looks crazy, because we're going to blend it out. And just in case you're wondering if a lot of thought process went into this look, it did not. I looked at the looks and thought, I'm wearing this color sweater, so this is the one I'm wearing. So it wasn't like I agonized for hours, okay? So it does not have to be this look. If you've never sold green eyeshadow before and don't think you would, pick a simpler look. There's some really pretty ones. So you have moss. You can bring it up just a little bit higher onto the brow bone if you want. I'm going to because I like that. Just like that. And then the gold status, same brush. I'm going to sweep this way from the moss so that I'm blending that edge. See? That's it. Oh, also, if you did do a green eye look for St. Patrick's Day, maybe, and you want something different, pick a different colors set. There's so many. Don't worry about different people's eye shapes. Don't worry about any of that stuff for today or tomorrow, depending on your location. Okay? Any questions so far? Super easy. If you need to blend any lines, like if you have a weird line at the top from your moss or whatever, you just go back to the biscotti and you just kind of blend it out. That's it. Super pretty, super soft. Not crazy, right? And I'm going to go to dark brown eyeliner. I always show them the little sharpener lid because I use it all the time, just like a crayon. And I'm going to apply this along my lashes, not super dark, just along my lash line. And I always say all you're doing is sort of dotting it along and then halfway on the bottom. And then I'm just going to take a brush, any brush, and swoosh it out. Now, I do like to use the smudger for this, but again, I'm not selling you on all the steps. I'm selling you on how fast and easy this look is. Tickety boo. Super pretty. If I wanted to, I could even take a little bit of that moss, which I'm going to, and put it right over top that eyeliner. Notice underneath my eye, this eye looks so much bigger. And because this eyeliner blends so easily, you do not have to be perfect. It doesn't matter. Just get it on. Let's get it on. So you're just getting it on and then you're going to smudge it out and it's not going to go anywhere. Just push it around. Like a high school bully. Just push it around. Make sure you're sort of matched up. Eyeballs are sisters, not twins. Throw on some mascara. I'm going to choose Panorama because it is my favorite. Always wiggle it just a little bit at the base and then pull towards your nose with mascara and then away from. And if you're using the Panorama, use the end of the brush to separate and fan out because that's why it's a fan. And again, on the other side, I'm not even putting it back into the tube. Wiggle it, pull towards your nose, then pull away from, then flip the brush. Now you could go underneath your eyes. I am not good at that. My eyelashes are all tangly at the bottom, so they like to stick into my eyeball. I'm just gonna do one more coat. My eyebrows are already done, and that was on purpose because I'm not doing a great big tutorial. Now, if you are good at reels, and if you aren't, there is a reel video out there somewhere from Marley doing it for us, then I would do this look and speed it right up without talking and then post it. This is how fast it is. Okay. I do have some under eye corrector on, but I'm going to just apply just a teeny tiny little bit more just in case I had any weird fallout or anything else. I'm going to use my blending brush to smoosh that in because it is my favorite. Go around your nose a little bit. Okay, now before you put on a bright colored cheek, I always say if you're nervous about the lipstick, put your blush on first. And if you're nervous about the blush, put your lipstick on first. So because we're doing hot coral, and some of you might be a little bit like, eek about that one, Then I'm going to put my lipstick on first. I'm not going to skip my lip primer because this is anti-aging goodness. It makes your lips instantly bigger. And I would cry without it. It's my favorite. I'm going to put on some Coral lip liner. Just making sure I grab the right one because I'm not wearing my glasses. And I'm not going to overdraw because you're not trying to draw out. You're not trying to make any, you know, lip areas show up that aren't there. It's just to kind of give it a little bit of an edge. And then I'm going to go into the Coral Confetti lipstick, which is so sheer and so lovely and so easy to wear, this color. Look how much brighter my face looks already. Okay? Now, if you are nervous about blush, you have two choices. You could use a regular cheek brush, right? Or you could start with a big powder brush. Remember, the firmer the brush, the more product goes on. So if you have a blush color that you're a little nervous about because it's bright, go to the bigger, the fluffier brush, but just make sure you're making it a little smaller as you do it. Now, the reason I always sell these, you guys, and I don't sell them usually with only the 3 eyeshadows and the 1 blush. I usually sell it with 2 blushes on one side and 6 on the other because I don't like my eyeshadow colors getting into my blush. I'm just weird that way. And I always sell it like that and they always buy it like that. Just so we're clear. Okay. So I make sure the 2 looks are complementary so they can mix and match between the 2 looks. So in this case, I would probably put maybe a Juicy Peach like I had before beside it. And then I would put like 3 other colors. The last one I did was Cashmere Haze and Rose Gold and Hazelnut to go with, right? Because then they can deepen it up if they wanted to with the Cashmere Haze or the Hazelnut, make it into a more smoky eye for evening, whatever. And it would all go together. Okay, you ready? Hot coral goodness coming my way. Now, when we're doing this, always tap off the brush. Blush should start right underneath where your pupil is. That's where the first stroke goes, not right underneath, not right here, but like here, not here, and not here, here in the center, okay? And here's my patented Carol Thompson technique. You ready? My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. That is exactly what I do every class, every time, and all the people at the class do it at the same time. My baby don't mess around, and then the circle, because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. Up above your eyebrows, so that, because that's where your natural blush is going, and then you don't have a harsh line, and it just looks all pretty. And look at that color. Not crazy. Absolutely beautiful. Ready? Again, tap off the brush. My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. Just like that, and then just kind of smoosh it out, and always go a little bit across the edge of your nose or bridge of your nose with the leftover. Just so it's all blushy everywhere. And that's it. So soft, so pretty, so smiley. And it's not over dramatic because most of our customers are terrified of that. Fair? They're terrified. They don't want all that. They don't want 16 steps. If you do have a customer that wants that, fine, give it to her. But most people just want to be able to get out the door in 5 minutes, and this is what it does for them. Now, if it were me wearing this, I would totally deepen up this coral just a little bit with the cheek brush, and I would put a little bit extra, just like right at the edge of the, just so that I get that cheekbone dip, because they do like that cheekbone dip. Just a little bit dip right there. But it's so soft, so pretty, so youthful, not super sparkly, because the sparkle's only on the lid. Gold Status is gorgeous. It's not crazy chunky glittery. Not a lot of fallout, super easy to wear, okay? And I'm gonna remove the spotlight while I put on my mascara, and now you guys can ask me some questions, and that's it.
So pretty, Carol.
Thank you.
Carol, would you put a lip gloss on top?
You could, yeah, the Fancy Nancy was there. I totally would have if I'd had it out. But since I didn't, I didn't. You know, but yeah, the Fancy Nancy was on that look, but you totally could if you wanted to. You could even, if it's too bright, the other thing I always do if it's too bright or somebody says, oh, I don't know, is go over it with a silky setting powder. The whole thing, you know, just to give it so that it feels a little bit more blended all together. And just that way, any blush lines are gone, anything that might look scary, anything like that is gone. Easy.
Carol, I missed it. Did you say that you used a contour or you used more blush for the, you said
I
the
just
sun?
used a little bit more blush, the same color, just a little bit deeper right there.
Oh, okay.
So if you're looking for yours, it's like it's usually right at the top of your ear and you just kind of feel around till you feel that bone jut. And then right under that bone, you're just going to deepen that color up just a little bit. Just to define, not to contour. I mean, I'm having
So you
friends
kind
over
of use
from
your
looking
blush.
at- Sorry?
You kind of use your blush like your contour then.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Because it's not a contour. It's just meant to kind of brighten everything up. I mean, I'm having friends over for a movie and a fire. I'm not going to be all contour Carol. You know? So super soft, super light. I totally would put the Fancy Nancy on, but I don't have it beside me. So I cannot, I'm sorry. But Fancy Nancy would be gorgeous over this. And if somebody's terrified of lipstick, fine, Fancy Nancy instead. But I just really think these new lipsticks feel like lip balm. They look like a tinted lip balm. They're not crazy dark. They're gorgeous.
Okay, I totally suck at closing the full palette. So can you just like close with us how you would say?
I would say, okay, listen. So Katie, I'm gonna call on Katie. All right. Katie's on my team. That's why I'm saying. All right. So Katie, here's the deal. I know you like this whole look, right?
Yep, love it.
It's easy. It's nice. It's awesome that everything goes together. Have you ever bought an outfit in a store where everything goes all together?
Once or twice.
And when you wear it, don't you feel awesome?
Yes.
Because it all matches and you know you don't have to think about it and you didn't make a mistake.
Yep.
So these are makeup artist curated looks. I didn't just make them up. And so I like that because then I don't have to think about it either. And so I prefer everything together in one spot so that all I have to do is go, hey, I want a springtime look and open my palette and there it all is. Wouldn't you agree that would be good?
Yeah, but it's so expensive to fill it.
Well, yeah, but that's the cool thing about these. Did you know that they're magnetic?
Oh, cool.
So, and I always do this, guys, whether it's at an appointment or not. Now, listen, if you are doing in-person appointments and you do not have one of these suckers in front of you, that you're popping in the actual colors while you're giving her a sample to try to create a look, then you're not selling any. So legit, I have a full Compact Pro of all the colors and they're not to be used on people's faces because they've had my fingers on them a lot. But I'll give her the 3 looks or I'll give her a color card. She tries it all. And then as she's doing it, I'm popping it into the palette. So she sees it. Just like that. And they go, and you know, like, and that's the thing. You don't have to fill the whole thing. Because here's the cool deal. Look at this. So I could fill it for you. You could totally pick a look, or you could pick another look at your next appointment and have 2 in here. Notice follow-up appointment. Okay. You could pick another look at your next appointment and put it on the side here. And then you can put 2 blushes together, whatever. But for now, what I'd love to do is give you your palette at half price and the tools for free so that you can fill it all and create this whole look together because then it's easier for you. And I love easy. I know you do too.
I'm in.
Right? That's it. Super genuine, super authentic. No, like you'll say blah, 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 blah. What I would love to do is give you your palette at half price and your tools for free.
What tools do you give? Just the
The
minis
little
or?
cheek brush, the mini one, the mini cheek brush that goes in here, and the mini eye applicators. So that she has them in a look. And they're all good to go.
They're mini eye applicators, like the little black applicators.
Yeah, they're like this big. They're $3.
Got it.
Those ones. And you know, I always get tons of them because when I do a product return and then it has to be the exact dollar amount, and then it's always like $3 or $6, you're like, I don't know. So I just get eye applicators. And cheek brushes. And they love it because they can travel with it. You know, it's so easy to just pop this in. It's got a mirror, it has everything. Good to go. Now, if she's still like, I don't know if I'd use the blush, it's a little expensive, then you can downgrade to the Petite Palette, but you don't talk about that yet. We don't talk about Bruno. You don't talk about the stuff that's cheaper. You make this sound like the most amazing deal in the world. Meanwhile, in front of me, I do have the Compact Pro. So I'm like, listen, if you're a total junkie, we can fill this thing for you. Or we can start it off slow. Doesn't matter because it's magnetic. You don't have to fill all the spots yet. It's not like those gray ones that used to pop in, right? So, you know, if you want to start with just a couple of things, that's fine. I just think you'd rather have a full look so that you know that you have the confidence every time you're wearing it in exactly what to do. And because, Katie, I know when you talked to me about this appointment, you were a little nervous about wearing eyeshadows and what all goes together. I don't think you really want to be messing around with a bunch of different colors. And then you just wait.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah.
And then you just wait.
We'll see. Carol sold me every single color of eyeshadow. I have every color. Before I was a consultant, I was a customer.
And I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but we started with the small palette and then we moved to the Compact Pro.
I have two of the medium-sized ones, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you had two different looks that you needed in there, or 4. It's easier. Honestly, you guys, I barely ever use my own Compact Pro. I usually use these. I usually have one for myself. I have one for eyeshadows and one for blushes in my normal colors that I normally wear. And of course, I've labeled them because I do that. Okay? Just remember that on Pearls of Sharing, she always said, now you be quiet and you let her choose. So you don't just keep talking. You made the sale, you shut up. You go, I just think you'd rather have all of this. You don't say it's $87.53 yet. You just say, I just think you'd rather have it all. And she goes, yeah, let's do it. Okay. And then as you're doing the look and you're writing it on the invoice or whatever, then you go, okay. And so we're adding on the lipstick, right? Because you kind of want it all to go together. How do you feel about the lip liner? Now that's the thing I can take away easily, right? Now she feels like she's won. She's won. She's taken something off. She didn't get all the things Carol was trying to talk her into. That girl was trying to talk me into all of that stuff, but I didn't get it all. I didn't get the lip liner. So I totally won. Right? You've had this conversation with yourself after being sold something. He sells you a $30,000 car, but you didn't pay for the extra mud protection. So you won. Right? Same sort of thing. I want something that can be the thing that can be exited, that can go on our wish list for next time. Or if it's like with the coral lip liner, I know for me, I'm not going to use a coral lip liner on a regular basis. I mean, I do because it's me. And I have a lip liner for every color, right? But most people would rather go with like a medium nude so that they can mix it with all the colors. Something like that, right? So then I'd go to something different. Now, usually in an appointment, she can't even try that color lip liner because we don't even have it in demos. So don't even worry about it. Okay? So now when you're selling this in the next 2 days, tonight and tomorrow, you're going to go, have you ever bought an outfit that always goes together? You guys, why do you think cabbie clothing is so popular? Do you know that if they use a blue dye, it is the same blue dye always, so that all the navies always match and all the blacks always match? How many
Cabbie is
like
no
that?
more.
Cabbie is no more?
No, hasn't been for a number of years.
Oh, no, you're thinking of a different company, honey. I just got the catalog today.
Oh,
Cabbie
okay.
clothing's new. I think you're thinking of, there's another one that's gone. Weekender? There was another one, sounded like cabbie, but it's different.
Okay.
This is newer. It's only like, what, you guys, last 6 years, 7? It's been around.
Are you saying a cabbie as in C?
CABI.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
I was saying tab. I thought you were
Oh,
saying
Tabby.
tabby.
Oh, I remember Tabby. Yeah, that's gone. And Weekender and all of those other ones, right? Jockey used to do a home party, right? But the reason Cabbie's so popular, you guys, is because not only do they have all the dyes that match, but they always create looks and capsule wardrobes so that when you put that whole look on, you know you look good. Even if it's ridiculous, because sometimes it is. You're still like, whatever, a designer picked this. I got this. I know it looks good. So you kind of bring it up like that. Have you ever done that? Have you ever talked about that? Have you ever like shown that? It's the same as those old school closings that we used to do where you're like, now picture your closet. Do you remember that? Now picture your most expensive item in your closet. How often do you get to use that? Your wedding gown? Now, wouldn't you agree that it's probably better to spend more money on the things you wear every day? Like your skincare? And then you be quiet and you let her choose. Okay? Happy selling. You guys can do this. Sell the palettes. Sell them. Don't be scared. It's not that much money and people love that it's all together. And you know, I do not give her the box, by the way. Please, dear God, do not give her the bag with the palette still in the box and the stupid eyeshadow still in the thing. Okay? Put it together for her. It's all pretty. She can open it. It's like, oh. Promise? Never again. Yeah, I can send a pic out of the look. I just stole it. I think Vanessa may have posted it or something. Your director probably has it. It's on that Sharing the Love group. Esther, it's up there. You saw it. Anybody want to forward it for me? I've got people coming over in 5 minutes. So I'm going to go. I love you guys. Mwah. Make up a look.
Carol?
Yeah.
Carol, can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Is this on YouTube? I missed the first part.
Oh yeah, well it's not yet, but it will be.
Is this recorded and put on?
It'll be recorded.
It will
It's
be?
being recorded.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll post it, but it takes a while for Zoom
Perfect.
to
Okay.
send the uploaded. And like I said, I've got people coming over. in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
But
All right.
honestly,
Thank you.
super easy, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't stress how to apply. Just slap
Okay.
it on as fast as possible because it looks cute anyway. Okay? Promise? Okay. Mwah. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.